Okay, let's take a look at Unit 35 here. And sculpting the surface, weathering mass movements, and flowing water. A great combo there. And this phenomenal picture from southern Utah, the Globalin Valley, demonstrating the forces of erosion really well. Weathering primarily, and then erosion, and vice versa. Let's describe the major processes shaping landforms and landscapes. Explain the importance. So try to move this video box out of the way here for you. Of importance of gravity as a driving force of erosion. How gravity-driven erosion is influenced by slope and relief of land surface. Very significant. And then summarize the interaction among tectonic activity, weathering, and erosion. Helicopter going by in the background here to the hospital. May all beings be safe, as my 3-year-old likes to say. He'll be 4 in a week. It's hard not to see him as that already. And so here we are, a landscape of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. We're heading there later this summer, actually, the family, to for the first time get to see the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, I highly recommend y'all get a chance to get up to the Canadian Rockies as well sometime. But this moraine in the foreground here, where a glacier has pushed down a lot of rock, a previous glacier that is, and left not just rock, but sediment, sand, and left the debris pile left behind is a moraine, M-O. It doesn't have it spelled out here, but in the textbook it does. And there's lateral moraines, there's terminal moraines. Forgetting the name of a moraine where it's squeezed between two glaciers, where two glaciers come together, and we'll go with medial moraine, draw from our medical lexicon. But on the landform note, let's go ahead and define this, since we're talking about these different landforms. A moraine, in this case, a feature of Earth's topography distinguished and studied as a single unit, such as a valley, hill, dune, moraine, an esker, if people are familiar with that, where a stream would run along top of a glacier and depositing sediment out of it, and then after the ice melts away, you're left with a elevated, almost three-dimensional snake-type feature. It looks like a long, skinny ridge, often meandering back and forth. Really neat evidence of previous glaciation. Esker, with it actually has its roots in Irish, in the Gelga, that word esker. But anyway, so that another example of a landform versus landscape, which is an aggregation. Great geographic word, aggregate, an aggregation of landforms, landscapes such as a volcanic landscape consisting of volcanoes, lava, and even non-volcanic features. And so processes shaping landforms and landscapes, weathering, okay? This breaks down rock in place. It's the start of a landscape, and this can be via chemical, mechanical, or biological processes that break down rocks. And here you have the breakdown of granitic rock into gravelly debris and dissolved material. And we've seen that a few times already. And here we have some other processes shaping landforms and landscapes. The collapse of this landslide along the American River Bike Trail near Sacramento in 1985. Real recent. And but what a little landslide it was, huh? It's just boom. Looks like a oak or something right there, already leafed. Maybe that's an evergreen one, but must have been quite the rain year, or just a significant storm. Gravity, so mass movement, mass wasting is another term here that comes up, right? Gravity-driven downslope movement of Earth's materials, such as a landslide, right, may have disastrous consequences to structures and people. That's for sure. We saw that very significant one in the earthquake unit in San Salvador, down in Central America. And Here's another huge factor, one of the most significant influencing landforms and landscapes, running water. As it says here, the most effective agent of erosion. Okay, particles transported and modified during transport by water. Particles are worn and become smaller during transport, right? You can think of the erosion, the tumbling, either in the water column or especially on the bottom of the river. All that is a very significant force that's breaking down rock particles. Running water continues the processes of breaking down particles started by weathering. Okay, so starting on the hillsides and then running down. And rivers are important in landscape development. It's absolutely fundamental. And, as you see here in the Changjiang, the Yangtze River, sculpting dramatic landforms. This picture doesn't bring justice to the steep sides. You're taking, if you ever get a chance to go on a boat down the Yangtze or any of the great rivers of China, it's just breathtaking and reveals so much geography and erosion and landforms and landscapes. Even now with the Three Gorges Dam, the gorges are still impressionable. It's impressing. Yeah, it's an amazing river. So carving dramatic valleys into landscapes, and here you see how